Hello, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a cloudy, overcast day in Arizona, so I don't know if this light will work. It doesn't do much. Doesn't very much at the table, so we'll click it off. How's everybody today? The rainy weather is killing my hair. I feel the need to tell everybody that. I want to talk to you today about allowing other people's beliefs, other people's vision of who you are to define you. And you know, we all kind of get caught up in the white noise, and especially when we're younger, we get caught up in what people tell us about ourselves. And after a while, we find that we believe it. And we, through, I don't know, osmosis, through the universe, we accept their definition of us and move forward with it, and that definition becomes a part of who we are. And I want to give you this perfect example. When I was younger, when I was in school, I had a speech impediment. I couldn't say my R's or my S's. So Rudy Rooster and Silly Sally over and over and over from second grade all the way until ninth grade. And in ninth grade, they wanted to do speech therapy, which really back then wasn't speech therapy. It was Rudy Rooster and Silly Sally. And I declined. I was like, I'm done. The speech impediment is what it is, which cleared up on its own. Who knows? There are many explanations for that. But so because I had a speech impediment, and I'm 61, so when I was in grade school and that, it was many moons ago, you know, 50 some years ago. So if you had a speech impediment, they defined you as special needs. Didn't matter if you were or were not, because you couldn't speak correctly, or as they would say, enunciate my words properly, I must be special needs because I'm not fast enough to pick up on how to say my R's and my S's. So I allowed that very initial teacher in second or third grade to define me as not being smart. And I didn't disappoint. I went through my whole school years not being smart. I went through my whole school years getting D's and F's. Now, you would think at some point my parents might have intervened, but they bought into it as well. It was a generational thing. If the teacher said I couldn't say my R's or my S's, then it must be. And the humorous thing now is one of the teachers that defined me as special needs was my aunt. Thanks a lot, Aunt Sarah. Thanks for putting that confidence in me. So anyway, so I allowed this to define me. I get into my senior year of high school. I've talked a lot about my speech teacher, my English teacher, Mrs. Walker. She was the first one that really believed in me. The first one that really taught me that maybe I'm not quite that dumb. But I still, you know, I even applied for a college at her urging and got accepted. So I'm kind of like, how did I get accepted getting all D's and F's? My parents said it was because I could get grant money. Still don't really know what that meant, but I'm good. So I allowed this to continue. I joined the Air Force, became a medic, and pretty early on in the career, I decided, well, I want to be a nurse because as a medic, that would be the next obvious thing. And I take my very first math class, and I take math 70. I took a test to see where it is, and I was so bad at math, I had to start at the very beginning, where basically it was 2 plus 2. And I go into the first class, and I'm lost, because I barely made it out of high school. I made out of, you know, bottom 5% of my high school. And so I go into the class, and I tell the math teacher, you know what? He was a young guy, cute as could be. Went in, I still remember that. I went in and said, you know, I need you to sign my drop slip. I'm just not gonna get this. And he goes, well, what don't you get? And I said, well, the whole thing. I don't get any of it. I've been here for 3 or 4 weeks and I am so lost, there's no hope of being found. And he kept trying to drill down to where are you lost at? And I finally said to him, more out of frustration, I'm just not good at math. And he was like, stop it. Why don't you think you're good at math? I said, well, clearly I'm not, I'm lost. He goes, okay, let's go back to day 1. And he gets out a piece of paper and he takes out the very first concept and works through it. And I was like, oh, okay, what? I got it. And he's like, so you got that? Yeah, I got that. And then the next one, and then the next one. And after we did this in his office for a while, he's like, you know what? I'll tell you what. You promised to stay the semester. And if you don't get a C in the class, I will drop you. He goes, you know, I can give you an incomplete, no skin off your shoulder, nothing, it'll all be good. But I think you can do better. I got an A. Who knew? I'm good at math. Who knew it? But people had told me I wasn't good and I believed them. And so when you think about stuff, when you're sitting, even if you're sitting here now listening to this and you're thinking, well, I'm not good at English, or I'm not good at bookkeeping, or I'm not good at building relationships or making friends or whatever. How do you know that you're not good at it? Maybe people told you when you were younger you weren't good at it, and you don't remember it because you block it away. You put this poison that other people put into your soul and you block it away. I forgot that. I never realized I was smart until, I left home. Until I started to go to school and think, I'm not that dumb. And here I sit many years later, I'm pretty smart. Who knew? Don't allow other people to define who you are. If you run into something and the first thought that pops in your head is, I'm not good at that. Think, why aren't you? We were discussing in the office earlier home ec. Back when I took home ec, it was cooking and sewing. And I would get an A in cooking, it was group cooking, and I would fail sewing. So I'm not good at sewing. Well, as I got, and my mom is a great sewer, my Nana was a seamstress, my mom was a great sewer, my sister was a great sewer, I couldn't do it. But I realized as I got older, it wasn't that I can't sew, I don't see patterns like that. If you put a 10-piece Barney puzzle, and my family has done this to me, actually it was 12-piece, I need those 2 extra pieces. If you put a 12-piece Barney puzzle in front of me, I can't put it together. It will take me days because I don't see that. That's not how my life works. If we have leftovers at home, my family will laugh because I have to bring down all the Tupperware and hold it over each one. I don't see shapes and sizes, and that's okay. I don't need to see shapes and sizes. I don't need to know how to sew because somebody out there knows how to sew and they can sew for me. My Mr. Y, the tailor across the street, he does all my altering. He's a god at it. You're not going to be good at everything. But if it's something you like to do and you don't feel like you're good at it, ask yourself why. Because we got to stop allowing other people who dump their crap onto us, who dump their poison onto us, define who we are. Knock it off. Believe in who you are. You define who you are. And let the other stuff take care of itself. You have faith in you. You believe in you. And if you can't, you find out one person, and there is one person in this whole universe, I can guarantee you, one person in this whole universe that believes in you. And there's millions more, but if you feel like you can't find anybody, you can find that one person. And if you can't, let me know, because I believe in you. I know you can be great. I know that you can accomplish all your dreams. There's nothing you can't do when you take care and take charge of your own mind. When you take charge of your thinker. So when it pops into your head, I'm not good at that, I can't do that, I'm not smart enough, I'm not bright enough, I'm not whatever, check yourself at the door and ask where that's coming from. Because I bet you're going to find out it's not coming from you. So I want all my enchanted leaders out there to take time over the next day, 24 hours, 2 days, 3 days, and ask yourself, what do you always say you're not good at? I used to say I'm not good at computer programming. Now, when I learned computer programming, it was back in Fortran, and you had a big box like this, and just way too much. But when I sat down with the instructor, I got it. I just didn't get the little nuances of it because I don't care about the nuances. I'm not a detailed person. I want to know what the end game is and how we're going to get to the end game. The people out there that love details, we need you. We need you because we need you to help us see the milestones, or not the milestones, the details to get us each step of the way. Because we're dreamers. I'm a dreamer. My head is in the clouds. I see things before they're here. That's a gift. But I was always told that I wasn't intuitive, and if you were intuitive, then it must be the devil. You see, don't allow other people to define you. Don't allow other people to tell you you can't do something. If you want to do it, do it. What's the worst that'll happen? The worst that'll happen is you'll fail. Okay. Failure's not going to kill you. Failure's just like, well, one more way not to do something. And taking the queen of failure, I could tell you a million ways not to do something. Just believe in yourself and don't allow other people's preconceived notions of who you are impact who you are. Be you. Okay, enchanted leaders, I hope this has helped you. You know what I say, sharing is caring. Share this with all your friends. You know, let's get this out to the universe so people understand that when somebody dumps their stuff onto them, not to carry it, to reject it and send it back to them. So here's the love and gold dust. If you have comments, questions, or anything, please make comments below. I'm here to answer them. If you need anything at all, let me know. Thanks a lot, you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.